Greetings in the name of the Most High Jah, RAstafari. I Roots One, aka Logan Silsley, co-founder and president of Conscious Riddims Records. Giving thanks for life on this glorious day. Giving thanks for the moment. Jah, RAstafari.
Greetings, my name is James McClintock. People know me as Ras Jim. I'm co-owner and co-founder of Conscious Riddims and selector for Conscious Riddims sound system.
My name is Ras Jim. I'm going to take you on a quick journey through reggae music.
Greetings and love. This is Ryan hailing up everyone from Conscious Riddims Record Shop, Malco location.
My name is Will Silsley. I'm a co-owner of Conscious Riddims Records as well as the graphic designer.
Greetings and love in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie Jah, Rastafari. My name is Fire Redbeard, the original farmer man out on Hawaii, Big Island, representative for Conscious Riddims Records.
Strictly lifeless, Rastafari with the natural liberty. Still let's survive like the ancient, live humble, give praise unto the Almighty. When I vibe, strictly lifeless, Rastafari with the natural liberty. Still let's survive.
Yes, hi, my name is Cody Silsley and I'm a representative here at Conscious Riddims Records.
It's like it's got something to go away. You have to know that every moment is so precious, and we know there is a least slip away. So I keep it my heart pure and judge our mess.
Conscious Riddims was truly an idea to begin with. We were seeking higher knowledge, consciousness, and truth. Knowledge that wasn't taught to us as youth, and truly through that inspiration from the Most High of coming into consciousness, we're looking for a vehicle to spread the message and spread the works of Rastafari that had helped us in our lives come forward as a group and as youth coming up in Babylon. So truly Conscious Riddims was founded as a vehicle to spread the message and the truth and the word of His Majesty, Rastafari.
You gotta choose to be chosen. Study Africa, Israel and the Dogon. Ancient culture, na Greek and na Roman. Trying to be the king, wanna be them opposing.
The purpose of the Conscious Riddims as a whole is to bring the word of Rastafari to the people, to show the people some truth, and set an example for the people of the Big Island and abroad that there is a better way. There's a better way, and the better way is Rastafari.
Find a way, find a better way, better way.
It's the balance, you know. I remember Haile Selassie showed that, you know, so material realm and spiritual realm.
Better way, Release the chains, Babylon shackle your brain. From the dirty living, now we must refrain.
So I believe Conscious Riddims have had a great impact on our community as a whole. Bring real good vibes as far as concerts and just the music, uplifting the youth of today. Like as growing up in high school and things, we didn't really have anyone to look up to, and they gave us like something to thrive for and something to be better than just average. And that was like bringing Rastafari into the community and actually learning what it was to have more in life than just our everyday aspect of things.
I myself came over to the Big Island as a youth and apprenticed in a bunch of different farm programs, and coming up as a young man, I was looking for exemplary characters in the community and was drawn to the shop, Conscious Riddims Records, and the brethren there embraced me and gave me a lot of respect and love and great teachings. So then from that point on, I evolved my whole self and became a reggae artist myself as Fire Redbeard, and received a lot of support from them.
So as Conscious Riddims first began, I was still a youth coming up in high school and like middle school, high school days, and it was a real big thing seeing it grow from just a little farmer's market booth to something actually when I got into like my sophomore year in high school, it's actually becoming a real store. And you know, just from there it's been continually growing and growing, and we've had like many concerts. I remember growing up and having the best times as a youth just because of the concerts and the good vibes that Conscious Riddims bring to our community.
So we started out real humbly. I started out coming out of college. We opened up a farmer's market booth over there on the east side of the Big Island in Hilo. And we started out just real humble, selling t-shirts and roots and culture CDs and anything to do with His Majesty, and just spreading the vibes like that. And then soon enough we built up enough savings to open a store, and we got the store moving forward. And soon after the store opened up a roots and culture shop, we started doing concert production and bringing Jamaican and Virgin Island and mainland artists out to Hawaii to showcase furthermore the movement of the music of reggae music and you know, the movements of Rastafari. And you know, and that was 10 years ago, and now we're just keep on moving forward.
The purpose of setting up the shops and bringing reggae music to the people was to bring back the love for reggae music and bring back roots and culture music to the Big Island that was our home, where we were raised. And in the 80s and early 90s we were used to hearing the roots and the reggae music on the radio, you know, the Gregory Isaacs and the Lucky Dubé and the Steel Pulse, and yeah, a lot of the Bob Marley and Peter Tosh and Foundation music that used to be loved and played often in Hawaii started to fade away in the 90s, and we took it upon ourselves and bringing back that music.
Natural living, yeah, we want some more. The fire I go burn Babylon to the floor. Selassie is the key, holy mountains we soar. Include the naked and them feed the poor.
Well, I first came to Conscious Riddims 2 years ago with doing the works with Jay-Z and Root Squad on their project Sons of the King. They had just released Sons of the King, and I was blessed with the opportunity to come forward as a musician in the band, and able to see producers such as Jay-Z working in the studio. Root Squad and Jay-Z both gave me a lot of inspiration and support to hone my craft and further my own studies into the music, as well as studying and reasoning about Rastafari. So I was able to come and study from them and watch them and observe them and how they were doing their works, and it really opened up the doors to Atonement Productions, and what developed into a more firm relationship with Conscious Riddims that developed eventually into the project called Exalt Him, which we released with Root Squad on the Conscious Riddims record label, led to the works with Just Enoch, and it's leading to future works as well with Conscious Riddims, collaboration coming up and some engineering work as well.
They're gonna be a great fire. Red fire.
Oh, I city gonna be ya.
Truly, you know, back in the late 80s, early 90s, reggae music was huge in Hawaii. It was a staple on every radio station and in everyone's car. Come into the late 90s, early 2000s, reggae music really fell off to hip-hop on the islands, and mainstream top 40 culture kind of took over the airwaves. And so as youth, you know, coming up, we loved reggae, you know, as youth. My dad used to play it full-time for us in the car, you know, so we loved the vibration. And as soon as we started learning the teachings of Rastafari as well, we knew we had to do more with it. And so around 2004, we started throwing concerts again and bringing music out here to the people that was absent for a long time. And Oahu was bubbling up right around the same time that we started bubbling up on the Big Island again. And Oahu, you know, is a forerunner of reggae music in Hawaii. And the other islands were kind of slacking. Maui has a big movement too. But really, right when we started doing the concerts around 2004, 2005, the other islands started as well. And it seemed like it was just a Jah-guided thing that the music would resurge in a powerful way on the island chain. And there's enough bands from Oahu, Maui, Big Island that are making moves now, and it's actually been heralded as like a new movement in reggae music. You know, there's obviously Jamaica and the Virgin Islands a few years ago, and now Hawaii has been looked at as a spot for reggae culture. So we do feel we took a part and played a role in that happening. There's lots of ones that did the same, but here on the Big Island, we definitely broke ground to re-establish roots in reggae music on the island. Soon to follow, radio stations dropped their hip-hop, started playing reggae. I personally would hand-deliver CDs to these stations to ask them to play different artists, from Groundation to Midnight to Desiree to even at the time Soja, and this was a long time ago, you know, when the music was just coming out. So these people would say, oh, we're not going to play that, we're not going to play that, but now it's the main thing being played on the radio. So I do truly feel Conscious Riddims played a role in the resurgence of reggae music and Rastafari culture.
Alright, time is at hand. Is the compass, is me guide. From a Jah you cannot hide. Gideon, time a come, now it's time to choose your side. Will you bow with Satan, or with the Jah you rise into the rightful place in a righteousness and a royalness so bite? You're the king of all kings, his intelligence will guide Ethiopian Orthodox in a new name baptized.
We try to have an impact on the community by having local events. We used to do a lot more concerts when we first started, but we always try to like at least have one concert a year, and we're always trying to play the sound system as much as we have, as much as we can, as much as we're in demand.
Yeah, old school to get it started.
Conscious Riddims sound system. It's a big sounder from the Big Island, long time, one of the biggest sounds on the island. We play mostly vinyl, only conscious music, only uplifting music, no slackness on the Conscious Riddims sound.
Give thanks to Mother Earth, live for us, heal her in grace.
Conscious Riddims, you know, first of all was a Rastafari movement. We started, before even we opened the stores, we started with a sound system. I started DJing. My dad gave me his old vinyl collection of Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Bunny Wailer, and all the greats. And I started DJing. I bought some turntables, and so it started as a sound system movement. We started selling crafts and CDs at the DJ shows, and that was before that was actually before the farmers market move that came after the DJing. So Conscious Riddims is a fullness of a movement of brethren, and it's always growing and changing, of ways to promote Rastafari. So we got the sound system, we got the Roots and Culture store. Soon after that came the concert productions. Soon after that came the record releases. We started a record label in 2008. We released some Jamaican artists, some underground Jamaican artists, Andrew Basie Campbell's All-Stars, as well as the various artist CDs with Midnight, Michael Rose, Sugar Manoit, all kinds of crucial artists from around the world. That one was called Gather the Remnant. So we started the record label in 2008. And then up to today, it's really been a maintenance of all those facets of Conscious Riddims and those facets of spreading the King's music and the King's message. And now it's more of a maintenance and an upkeep and letting it evolve as it's supposed to be. I feel we've set a good foundation. We have a lot of different avenues, and yeah, man, just trying to keep it all going and make sure it's the most potent it can be.
Time of the ancients, Rasta patiently wait, calmly and fierce and strongly in temple. Babylon mistaken is humble for simple. Most powerful forces come nourish the gentle. Choice lion when I must and lamb when I'm able. Them lay down together when them balanced and stable. Fountain of the valley in this family cradle. His story is written.
The store is like the main vehicle to carry the whole concept of what Conscious Riddims is, to promote the music and to carry the message of Rastafari. The store acts as a vehicle of that to carry that to the people and make it accessible every day to the people.
I can only speak from my personal experience. Coming from New Mexico, there's no shop like this, there's no community like this, where people are really trying to bring the positive message that is behind roots music, which is Rastafari, which is all about the man Haile Selassie I. There's no shop like that I've experienced anywhere else. So from my experience, it's been a really eye-opening and mind-opening and really world-changing to come and be able to link with this shop. And the works I see this shop doing in the community is vast, and it's really potent works. They're reaching out and making community events happen, providing avenues for information that isn't available elsewhere, such as all the books and of course the music, which is the breathing scrolls, the living testament. So the works are really potent, you know, and it's really important, and it needs to be supported more and more, and hopefully it can continue to grow.
Holy Emmanuel, Selassie,
A group of us that make up Conscious Riddims experienced certain spiritual advancements and awakenings in our life, you know, and it was through His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I, Rastafari, that he saved my life, and I could speak for my brother and some of our partners as well, that he literally saved my life. I was headed towards certain destruction, the ways of America and the ways of Babylon. It was bound that's where I was going, and that's where they wanted me to go. And through the music that taught me to seek Him, He saved my life. So really, we owe all of our works, we owe all of our time and our effort to Rastafari works, you know, because if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be where we are today, you know. So that's the sole purpose and mission of Conscious Riddims, whether it be the sound system, the concert production, the shop itself, you know, the record label. It's to spread the works and the words and the teachings of His Imperial Majesty straight. Like that's the sole main purpose, you know. Finances and all that, you know, play a role because you need that to make it happen, and that's where the balance comes in the business side and dealing with certain Babylon aspects. But as an overall thing, I feel that you know that's necessary to make an impact in this time. So we're just gonna go on how we do and do Conscious Riddims to spread the works and the words of His Majesty Haile Selassie I, Rastafari.
They really should've known that. Turn iron fire red computation.
We're working on a big second compilation that we're putting out, and it's got music from Spain and artists from around the world, and we're working with new artists that we haven't worked with yet, and some of the old artists that people already have grown to love that work with us. And the project is really shaping out nice, and I'm looking forward to bringing it out to the people.
So here's a rundown of the Conscious Riddims record label, a brief history. We started out with Gather the Remnant in 2008. It's a compilation CD, double disc CD. Gave us the opportunity to work with men like Midnight from the Virgin Islands, Niora, Tough Lion. Also men from Jamaica like Michael Rose, Sugar Manoit, Luton Faya, Ja Mason, and people from Hawaii like Uka the Lamak and RAsTafari and things. But this CD started Conscious Riddims record label, Gather the Remnant. Check for it, a compilation CD. Means a whole lot to the movement and the start of the label as a whole. Right after that, we released Mr. Bassman All-Stars Volume 2. Andrew Basie is the man behind the rhythms from the Gather the Remnant CD. And Mr. Bassman is from Kingston 13, a crucial link down there for us as a record label and as a movement of Conscious Riddims. Check for Mr. Bassman, underground artist, right from Kingston, direct to your speakers. I came out with my first CD shortly after in 2010. Roots Guan, Better Way, Testament, my first Testament. Check for it, iTunes, CD Baby. Soon after, 2011, linked with Dre Z from New Mexico. If you haven't checked Dre Z, original foundation member of Mystic Vision Band from New Mexico. RAstafari representing the native culture out there in New Mexico, and he's a crucial brethren. You gotta check for his music, iTunes, YouTube. Me and him, all combo tunes, angelic vibrations. He brings the singing, I bring the chanting, and this one you gotta check for. Also, we got a bunch of live videos on YouTube and some music videos on YouTube. Jay-Z Roots One, check for that. Sons of the King. 2012, last year, Goa Chant Band from Spain. If you love Virgin Islands sound, you gotta check Goa Chant Band. These brethren are crucial. Lead singer Yeja is the singer on this CD. He's from Ghana, Africa. And we linked through a mystic vibration of them wanting to release this in the United States. They reached out to Conscious Riddims. We picked up the album, we released it. We're still pushing it. We linked with these brethren again for the future project. It's Goa Chant Riddims with all the artists, Perfect Gitamani, President Brown, Rocker T, big time artists from the Virgin Islands, Batch, Midnight, Hawaiian artists. That's the next project coming out in the future. 2013, Roots Guan, Exalt Him, Atonement Productions, Ryan I on all the rhythms, on all the mixing, on all the engineering. Roots Guan lyrics, songwriting, a bunch of combo tunes with Ryan I, Fire Redbeard, other brethren, Dre Z, Ras Jim. So check for it. This one's my second testament to the world. It means a lot to I. Check for it. Check for consciousness. Check for Rastafari. Check for a better way of life. Haile I Selassie I Jah, Rastafari. Check the flip side. It's the Majesty. Check the front side. Ancient picture of the Christ man. You can't go wrong. The ancient picture of the Christ man, Haile Selassie I. No difference. Rastafari.